Hey guys, Broke Not Dead here, signing on to rant about something that's got me royally ticked. Let me start with the intro. My pops. He's a veteran, served honorably, discharged general under honorable conditions, and he's on VA coverage. He gets the little 900 and whatever a month, and something like medical coverage. He's diabetic with heart failure, and in order to be able to live with diabetes and heart failure, there's a certain set of medications and a certain diet, a very, very, very strict, lean diet that a person must adhere to. Well, y'all know that with 900 bucks a month, even if it's all spending money, you can't afford it. It just cannot be afforded. Wholesome foods are not cheap at all. I mean, I'm a Whole Foods person. I'm a Whole Foods freak. It costs me 11, 12, 1300 bucks a month just to eat. Of course, I burn 4,000 calories a day too, so I burn considerably more calories than most folks. But even with him, it cost $1,000, so his entire check wouldn't cover the food that's required. It should be covered. You got medical coverage. If it's something that's medically required, it should be covered. Well, he was in the VA hospital, and he had fluid on his lungs and on his legs. Well, as you know, with diabetes and heart failure, a lot of people, when their legs swell up, they start developing sores, and infections settle into that fluid and all that, and gangrene can develop. Well, while he was in that VA hospital for 3 weeks, he was not, they drained his lungs, and they drained the sacs around his lungs, and they gave him diuretics and such to get the fluid off of him. But they didn't provide any of the immediate needs, like dressing the wounds on his leg, making sure that he's on an antibiotic regimen to keep infections down, and so on and so forth, to make sure that it didn't reoccur after they got it solved. They just treated the symptom and sent him out on his ass. Well, of course, he had to go back a few weeks later to the local hospital and have his leg amputated. And just like they do on every surgery they do, they screwed it up. And they put his kidneys into shock. Well, his lungs filled back up with fluid. They drain them every now and then, but of course, there's the concern of collapsing lungs and all that crap. They don't want to drain them too much. And they got him on a diuretic and all that to try to get the fluid down, but of course they're not a VA hospital. They're not going to accept the VA coverage. So they're trying to save money at every corner. Well, he's got a couple of choices here. He can be released into hospice to die in a grody medical bed in a cold room alone, or go home with no coverage, no help. But if he were to go home, if he could afford, if they would provide the things he needs, there's a chance that he could get through it. But they won't provide the things he needs unless he signs a DNR. He was coerced into signing a DNR. He cannot get the care that he requires to live unless he signs away his right to life. Number one right every American has protected for him. Or is it? Or is it just toilet paper like every other part of the Bill of Rights? Is the right to life just toilet paper? Is it not worth any more than that? It's just a means by which the government and local hospital can save money. Is that acceptable? No, I don't think it is. There's no excuse. Why should anyone be coerced into signing away their right to life? And that be their only option if they want to have a proper diet delivered to them. They have to die in order to get proper diet delivered to them. If they're dying, it's okay, because we ain't going to have to spend money on them for long, right? Bull. It's absolute bull.